Well, I'm not too proud to admit my mistakes. This fitting on the regulator is the inlet. The center fitting, which I have tied to the outlet side of the pump, is a return. But unfortunately, we have been feeding the back side of this regulator, and that is why we have no fuel up at the throttle body. I went back and looked at Summit, and it states in the description that I promise I thought I saw something in the box that said the opposite, but my easy brain just went to the fact that these two coupled up like that, I guess, and that's where we're at. I gotta try to figure out how to make the shortest AN line ever somehow. Try to figure out how to get this fed from this port. All right, so got my mistake fixed. Ended up just drilling a new hole. I took this band off and flipped it around and then just drilled a new hole on the inside. And I also didn't realize that this check valve is actually supposed to be in front of the pump, not in front of the regulator, and I had it up here. So switched all that around. Didn't really have to do anything space-wise, much of moving, and luckily all my lines and everything still mounted up the same, but you know, not too proud to admit a mistake there. Never really done anything like this before, so definitely learning, but so far no leaks. I got everything tight. I have primed it and no leaks here. I'm gonna wait, fire it up tomorrow. Everything that I can tell, I have looked through this book like a million times and made sure that I've got everything right. Should be good. So hopefully she fires up and I can go through and do a little bit of kind of idle testing on it. I think it's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow, so probably not going to get it out in that. We'll see what we come up with. So hopefully it runs good and don't have a bunch of issues come tomorrow when it's not midnight and I try to crank this thing up. All right, here we go. First fire up. Everything should be good. No leaks. Checked everything. Don't think I'm going to run into anything weird. So we're gonna crank it off and see what happens. First drive, I think I've got everything that I can do in the system without actually taking it out. We're gonna go run around the block. This thing has to be above running temp to be able to get in fuel earn, and it will not do anything on hard throttle or anything like that. Setting the idle's pretty tricky in this deal. There's a couple steps you got to do to get it right. You have a manual adjustment on the throttle blade for the TBI, and then you've got the programming side of it in the actual handheld. Fuel pressure's right about what it needs to be on the gauge. Yeah, it's running on its own. That's third, coasting up the driveway. I don't think it really likes getting down into the low idle side of things. I think it wants to be a little higher. It's probably not. It's probably something I'm doing. We'll wash it up because it desperately needs a bath. Well, y'all, that is going to do it on the Aces Deuces Wild TBI EFI install on the shop CJ-7. Really pleased with it so far. The tuning learn side of it is very impressive. It was a 100% improvement. When I, in the driveway, can literally let off the clutch and have my foot on the brake and actually try to stall this thing out, and it is actively trying to compensate for it, almost like cruise control to a sense. Without even putting it on rocks or on a trail, I can automatically tell you that this is just going to be a vast improvement over what I had with the carburetor. So very excited for it. Cannot wait to get it out in the woods and see what it does. Gonna put some more miles on the street, make sure all the vitals are good on it and no leaks develop or anything crazy happens. But fuel pump, no issues there, no issues with the filter, no issues with any of the line. Really just happy with the whole process and how the whole project went as far as that was concerned. I made it a lot more complicated than it likely should have been, with removing all the wiring and cutting out a lot of that stuff. But overall, I think in reality you could have done this within, I would say, probably a solid weekend, and you could have had it knocked out. So I highly recommend their company. They're local to the Southeast in Chattanooga. There, new up and coming kind of deal. They have a lot of stuff that is very tailored towards your lower horsepower. Maybe you're not building a race car, you just want something that runs and drives solid and at a price point that you cannot beat at all. Initial reaction, very pleased. Time will tell. Hopefully no problems develop or anything, but she fires up breathing on the key. Next time y'all see the Jeep, I am putting a full family roll cage in it. We are going to gut this thing. It's going to get a very custom cage I have been building in my head for many, many years. All the customers' vehicles that I've put cages in, side-by-sides, Jeeps, race cars, buggies, you name it, I've done it. Finally going to do it to mine. So very excited about this. It's going to be a very cool looking cage, hopefully something unique, and got a short timeline. Hopefully we're going to get it done by Thanksgiving when we go to Windrock. Y'all stay tuned.